Haven't even started filming yet.
Okay, so that being the case right there, it's about time to drop it.
Got a fish, Charles. Yeah, drop anchor now. It's coming at me. Oh, he's a little dinker, dude. I thought I had a monster again for a split second. This is that rod. If you guys watched the little live stream we did from the expo thing, all those old reels, but this is the rod I bought for 25 bucks. Welcome to the show. Bass and Bonsai in the house, on the water, that is. Black and blue jig. I struck first. Last time Charles threw a black and blue jig and had the first decent, good bass in the boat anyway. So yeah, right there I think is roughly, they're all over out right in here actually. So I'm gonna start with the jig, do an intro. Here shortly. What is it, just now 10 a.m.? It's gonna be a little chilly today. I'm actually putting on my full-on gloves for the first part of this morning. Just kind of jigging the jig, giving a little, there's a hit. Oh, I missed that one. That was 100% a hit. They're pecking at this. It may not be the right either color or something. Got that one. Come on. Better hurry up, Charles. Little dinks are on fire. The big ones, I may have to throw that rattle trap. Get them big ones going. So I'm throwing that. That's the Hackney one, the Strike King. That's a fluorescent fluoro. It's a gaff, but it's not quite what the regular Hack Attack jig is. But I'm throwing this on this Lew's Customs 7.2 medium action, moderate fast is what it says. But let me show you guys this. But that first foot and a half kind of soft, and then it gets pretty stiff. But I'm yanking pretty hard. I probably need to go ahead and switch, but I can't stop. So I'm gonna throw this out right there. Let it sink to the bottom. I think I'm gonna dig out my big gloves, and I'm doing intro first. Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Bass and Bonsai out on the water. We got out of the house, Charles?
Yeah, I'm backlash. Charles
got a backlash. Buckle up and hang on, we're already catching them. We're at the same place we were last week. Catching largemouth bass, let's go. All right, I'm getting all my stuff out. Charles says he's got one. He bought him a new rattle trap too. 6 cents, Quake 70, I think. Where are you going with that fish, Charles?
Easy-sided boat to get.
Oh, I got this jig I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna let Charles try what I was whacking them on, basically.
For a little one, but
I'm still doing the jig, but I'm gonna try this jig real quick. This is my actual jig rod. So let me get out there. Now I only got one thing to keep warm, that thumb.
Alright. Let's stink out.
Yep. I also want to get my basically I have 3 new things I want to try. Well, a couple new rattle traps. I got the Berkeley red worm I want to try at some point today. Oh, the deep diving jabber I never even threw last week.
Yeah.
Just to see what it could do.
I was doing just like you said too, you know, pretty much just yo-yoing.
Yeah, I was rewatching the footage. I just edited the video. The video from last week right here at the same spot, I just got done like almost watching all of it. And right in here is where the majority of the big ones and little ones came. And it was from going real slow with the rattle trap or yo-yoing it is where the majority of everything came from. Now Charles started with the jig, and I think we only caught a couple on the jig, but I figured I'd start with the jig. That's a nicer fish, Charles. Charles is getting them.
6 cents.
You need to move that rod out of your way. Charles got a rod right in his way. That's why I kind of put these this way. I'll bring them around the other side of the boat. Yep, about a pound, oh, 2 pound, that may be close to 3. All right, Charles talked me into it. We'll worry about a jig bite later, boys and girls. We're gonna go with this.
Oh, oh, and he got loose. Ah,
Charles.
He stuck me with a freaking.
Can't play with them rattle trap fish, Charles. Charles got jacked. All right, Charles caught one on his new bait, so I'm just gonna try my new Storm, not Storm, why did I say Storm? Spro, a rashy one, because it is actually closer to the color that Charles has. But I got the, if you guys remember, I got a few to try, and just we'll compare them if the bite goes on. We got the Strike King one, the one from Spro, the LV500 from Lucky Craft, and then of course I still got my main man from last week. So let's just put them out. This is hard to undo stuff. I'm glad I got one thumb out. Let's see if we can catch any more like Charles is. Charles' gloves really suck, but they're you gotta have them. Jesus, I could not let go of that bait. All right, let's try this. We got it on. Got another one. Charles is on him. He's out way over here compared to where I'm at. He's out here and I'm over here. That's a nice one too. Charles on a bigger batch over there. I'm still kind of going right where the Yep, that's another big one. That sucker ate it. Charles, get your... I had one. That's 2.5 maybe. Got one. Got just a little too loose of a drag, but that's, I'm got 10. You got 10 pound, or what do you got? I got a little dink, Charles. I'm gonna start throwing a little deeper. Charles is over there with the big fish. I'm over here with playing with dinks. But if you guys remember right, last week they were dinks until they weren't dinks. So evidently, Charles, any of these baits work. Throw just straight out ahead of me. Charles has one every time. Let me get out there and help Charles.
It's that blue on the red.
No, it's just where you're at.
On this one.
Every time you throw out there.
This might be a better
Charles
fish.
got a giant. Yeah, you got a giant, Charles. 14 pounder. That's another 5. Charles got a big one. Let me turn here. I'm gonna still try to fish while I'm getting Charles on record. He'd probably hook himself. Oh! As you can tell, we're not tournament fishermen, so we don't net them, and it's not an end of the world if they do get off.
Come on. Man.
Charles, you need practice.
Well, it's right freaking there. Ah! Had it. Got it.
There you go, Charles. You want to weigh that one?
Yes.
I don't know what it weighed.
I don't know.
I call it 5.
It said 411.
We should have weighed it on your scale. All right, 411. Charles reminded me he does have a scale. So I'm going to try this bait. Charles was throwing out here somewhere. But I'm giving this one more cast, and then I'm going to a different one because Not all are created equal, even though they're similar color. We are going to pay attention to how Charles was casting and reeling, not casting, retrieving. Just for those of you guys that are interested, like
throw it out like that. It takes a minute. I'll let it hit.
Right, yeah, it takes forever to hit bottom. It seems like anyway.
There we are. Okay, we're on bottom. So then I'm just giving it a pull.
Then reeling to it.
And letting it hit bottom. Giving it a pull.
Yeah, so Charles is doing.
I feel it go. I feel it go. Wiggle, 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 and I stop.
Right.
Wiggle, 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 and stop. And I seem to be hitting it. It goes along, and then I'll go to take off, and bam, they're on.
Right. They've hit it when it stops.
No, they hit it when it starts. It'll stop and fall, and then when I start it up again is when they're hitting it. Seems like.
I don't think this one starts that fast.
This one really starts easy. I'm actually kind of liking this sixth sense. Oh, there's one. Nope, that was a hang on. That was some construction.
Let's try this. I can feel that thing hitting.
There's fish under. Big fish, it looks like under this. Look at that. Big old football laying down.
Yeah. Probably when you just caught, went down there and laid
Oh, maybe, yeah.
laid down, just said.
Yeah, could be.
This thing ain't that loud. All right, I may try it later, but I'm gonna go on to a different one.
Maybe that's what it is. This one's loud as well.
Let's try, according to, we're gonna go with what the big boys, right? Because they have way more viewers than us, Charles. They claim this one.
Yeah, they're better than this. They got more views. Gotta be better than this.
So we're gonna give it its shot. Then I'm gonna go with what? Then we're gonna do the Strike King, Red Eye Shad, which is, I predict it's the least likely to get a fish, but you never know. But then I've let Charles get a lead. Man, I hate gloves.
This is the way it went last time, though. You caught several
right.
nice fish, and I just got the one okay. And then now this time.
These gloves will not let go of a bait. Jesus, criminy.